P.olice kept Ian Brady v.ictim's body parts for decades without family's knowledge. Teenager Pauline Reade was killed by the evil Brady and Myra Hindley and buried on the moors in 1963. Her family thought they had finally found some peace after her remains were discovered during a search of Saddleworth Moor 24 years later in 1987. The family held an emotional funeral for Pauline, but after an audit was carried out they discovered the truth. After Brady's death earlier this year, a review of the case uncovered parts of Pauline's body had been kept on behalf of Greater Manchester Police, GMP. Pauline's niece, Jackie Reade, who had visited the girl's grave every week with her grandmother, told the Manchester Evening News, "I am devastated. It has brought it all back. I am disgusted that part of Pauline could be kept like this. I was 13 when Pauline was found. I remember the day very clearly. My nana and granddad, Pauline's parents, Joan and Amos, were still alive at the time. My nana couldn't believe that they had found her. The family were so relieved. My nana had been very ill from day one of her disappearance with all the stress of it. It was peace of a kind for us that at last she had been laid to rest and we had some closure. My nana held my hand at the funeral. We would take my nana every week to the grave. She would always lay a single rose every week until she passed away. We had got her back and knew where she was. It is not yet clear whether a second funeral will take place to lay the final remains to rest." Martin Bottomley, head of GMP's cold case unit, told the Mirror, "We recently became aware that human tissue belonging to Pauline Reade had been stored in external premises on behalf of GMP. The samples had originally been kept for investigative purposes. As soon as we became aware of this, we contacted Pauline's family to make arrangements so that the samples could be laid to rest in whichever way they felt most fitting. This is a deeply sensitive matter, and understandably it has caused some upset with the family. However, we felt contacting them was the right thing to do, and we have given them a number of options, all of which GMP will pay for." The Moors murders was one of the most evil acts that happened in this country in the 20th century, and although those responsible were brought to justice, we will continue to provide support to the families of the victims in any way that we can. The news comes after it was revealed that Brady was cremated and his ashes buried in the sea in a secret nighttime operation on October 26. Brady and Hindley tortured and killed 5 children in the 1960s before they were caught and imprisoned.